Well, so the kids that I'm here with are taking a nap, so I decided to do some writing. And I was thinking about a conversation, or a text message conversation I was having the other day with a family member of a friend who is deceased. He's been gone for a few years now. And I was talking to the family member about my friend's kid. And the family member made a comment. It's going to take a miracle to save that child. Yep. Sure is. Well, and then I proceeded to tell her miracles happen every day. And I sent her a picture of a child. And I sent her a story. She said, well, no, I've never seen it happen. I said, but ma'am, yes, you have. You've known me for 20 years. Ish. Give or take a year. Ma'am, you've watched me go from being a child myself, not much older than the child we're talking about. You've watched me go from being a punk who would run my mouth to you because I didn't agree with how you and your child were going about things. I understood his side. I was his friend. I didn't understand your side. I do now. I sure do. The lighting keeps messing up. It's really weird. I don't know why it's doing it because I'm sitting in the same spot. So, but, ma'am, you have seen it happen. But what you're seeing when you look at my friend's child, you're not seeing my friend's child. You're seeing your child. Oh, they do look so much alike. Act so similar. Thing is, though, it is too late for my friend. He's gone. One last time, one last use, one last... We don't know the whole story. We don't know if he willingly did it. We don't know if somebody put it in him. We don't know anything for sure. We do know that the people who were with him that night, well, they're still alive. They're still free. They're not locked up. At least not for that. Now, they ran that night. They ran, they hid, and when they were found, they lied. Now, we do know that. This story changed too many times. But they left him on the side of the road in a creek to drown, to sink or swim. And unfortunately, my friend, who was always a great person to me, true and true, if fucked up shit was happening, man, he told me. He ratted out his other friends in order to tell me things. But he was never a rat. They involved me. They could hurt me. They did hurt me. He never lied. Not to me. Yeah, I've told his ex. If they had to be exes now, I mean, he's gone. I told this lady, yeah, well, me and him have a relationship that circumcedes, goes beyond the borders and boundaries of even death. You know what's funny is my friend's mother, my friend's son, even his old lady, none of them deny it. They all know. Shoo, fly, don't bother me. It's been annoying me. It seems like it's just this one. I'm sure it's probably not just this single one. There's a bunch of them trying to chill and get in the house. But one particularly loud. It keeps flying around. It wanted my food. I had just ate lunch. It was a very delicious lunch. Jack appreciated the fat off the country style ribs. With homemade barbecue sauce. He liked the last bite of quesadilla too. I know we're not supposed to feed dogs human food, but it's a nice little treat for him. He's lost a lot of weight in the last month or so. Anybody that's in a picture too, I'll say he looks like he slimmed down. Well, he has. He gets exercise. He's out here running around this yard. He's going on walks. He's playing with babies. He comes and sees me. He has lost weight. He's more active. He's not just sitting in a house anymore. Or going out on a 20-foot lead. Or, the runner was more than 20 feet. The runner was like 40 feet. But the lead itself was only maybe 15 or 20 feet. So he could run for 40, but he could only go so far in or out. And they like to tangle around that damn telephone pole that we had to lead. Or the electric pole. Whatever that pole was in our yard. It worked great for running a lead to it. But he has all kinds of space now to run. And the problem is now is that he's managed to figure out a hole in the gate. And anytime that I try to go out front, anytime I try to go in the house without him, and I do not let him come with me or take him with me immediately, he knows how to get out of the yard, and he goes circling around looking for me, trying to figure out where I'm at. It's annoying. All he wants is me, though. So I can't be too heartbroken. I can't be too upset. He's not out trying to get out and run the streets. He's staying right here around this house. He does not even go anywhere besides, where's my mom? Where's my mommy? Right now, he's laying right here next to me. He hasn't went more than a couple of feet from me, except for when he went out to go potty or go bark at somebody on the other side of the fence. That's why he runs out the yard. He can't stand being that far away from me. He hasn't bit nobody. The neighbor was standing out there across the street because she came over to introduce herself to me. And they have L names. I can't forget either of their names. It's actually kind of... So, hey Pam, what do we call your best friend that lives in Trenton? The two L names. That's these neighbors' names. We have one friend in our family that I call her this name. I've called her this name since I was a child. I've known this woman for over 30 years. She's an aunt to me. She's my mom's best friend. Even though my mom and her like kind of pulled apart, but they still talk. They talk often enough. But I did. I told my friends, family member. I told her. It's his mom. To his mom. Miracles happen every day. Babies are born. Children are alive. Everybody, as long as you wake up every day with a new breath in you, then you have a new chance to do something completely different with your life. Whether that's just starting a YouTube channel because you needed a way to release things that you've kept hidden, or that you can never get the full story out sometimes, or because even yourself can't get it out, but other people don't want to hear it. Well, they don't like seeing the pain. They don't like hearing the pain. But they like the anger. Oh, anger is drama, and anger is trauma, and anger. They like the anger. They don't like to see the pain. I've went back, I've looked, I've seen how many, and depending on what I was going through, what I was doing on that day, depending on what was happening, depends on how many views I get. Oh, you guys like the anger, don't you? It's drama. And I got told that I look for drama. I don't have to look for it. I just have to look at my phone. It comes to me. I'm in my oasis. I'm in my little bubble. I'm not reaching out to people. people are coming to me because they have problems. And they figured out that either by watching the shit that I post on Facebook, and so knowing that I have a brain in my head and I know how to use it, I am intelligent. I want to do an IQ test. I want to see how high my IQ is. I'm just wondering. I took one back when I was a kid, and I scored super, super high on it, but everybody's like, oh, that ain't a real one. It's that IQ test. Why isn't it real? I mean, I scored super high back when I was a kid. If I take my Ritalin, if I studied up a little bit more to refresh my brain on the things that I've forgotten about over the years, I want to take an IQ test. I want to see if me and my therapist are correct. I wonder, because me and her both think I'm smart enough to almost be a genius, if not genius. That sounds screwy, don't it? Maybe. Maybe I just have a whole lot of common sense. I don't know very many geniuses that actually had common sense. I know that there's a lot of them going, but I can score this on an IQ test. Good for you. I don't know what I score on an IQ test. I just know that whatever the hell you were just saying doesn't sound smart. Actually, it made you sound more stupid. But you want to talk about me and my cuss words, and you want to talk about me and the way I talk, because I talk like a southern redneck hick. Or ghetto. I've heard I've been called ghetto. I've heard myself get called ghetto from somebody who was supposed to be like a sister-in-law to me. But she didn't hear what everybody else was jumping at me about. The only person she heard was hi. She didn't hear her father. She didn't hear her mother. She didn't hear anything else. And then they jumped in my face and said, Dad, that's right, you better apologize to that baby, when the baby was trying to get everybody's attention, and the only person attention he could get, hi. But y'all, when I was trying to explain to that baby, and I was even using sign like I am, I'm sorry. I said something and it made everybody explode. You want to know why people explode when things get said? Because it's right. Bam. You want to know why people get mad when something gets said that they didn't want to hear? Because you just touched a nerve. Oh! Well, bam. It's end of my lesson for this moment. The umbrella literally just flew. So it was over top, and it's really not that windy, man. I mean, it's a little windy, but it's not that windy. That one little burst, that's all it took. One little burst from the wind. And a stable umbrella that's been fine for hours went and flew out of its spot on the table. I mean, yeah, sure, we could have had a more stable, but I mean, it's still. Y'all watched it. Well, you watched my reaction to it. You didn't get to see it. It literally lifted up and went boom, almost like the house from Wizard of Oz. Like, whoever's in control of the wind did not like what I was trying to tell you. But seriously, just like that. Somebody didn't like what was being said. So they caused a gust of wind to upload the umbrella, because I should have jumped right off here. I should have been like, oh my God. But I didn't, because the umbrella went right there. I can pick it up. It's light enough. I can fix it. It's okay. It caught itself. It caught itself. I don't even think it can roll down those set of steps right there. I really don't. I don't think it can. I don't think it can. So, that was interesting. That was cool. I guess that was actually kind of cool. Cool. both hands. That was kind of cool. That was kind of screwy. That was kind of weird. That was kind of... Hey, Meg! I didn't do nothing. I was sitting right here. I was talking, though. Maybe the universe got mad at me for me trying to explain this to you. Maybe it wasn't good and evil, but maybe, just maybe, somebody didn't like what I had to say. And they wanted me to shut up. But I'm not going to. So again, the reason that people get angry when something gets said, well, it's because it's true. You want to know why I laugh when people call me a drug addict, a child abuser, a piece of shit, a bitch? Well, yeah, well, I'll laugh with that one because, well, also, some of that's true. Some of that is such fucking bullshit, and everybody involved in every one of those situations knows it. So I can laugh. When they attack me, when they jump at me, when they want to, how do we put this? Just being mean. When they want to do all that, well, that's all fine and dandy. Why? Because I said something that made them mad. So a few weeks ago, well, 4th of July, an incident happened between me, my ex, and his two boys. That kid I was just telling you about, the one that I said there is hope for, he was at my house. Yep. Because I had brought him up to my house to get him out of the town that he was in, because everybody in the town that he was in kept, even at my house while he was there, they kept asking him to do crazy things. Hey, man, I need you to come down here and do something. What? And then they'd say, and I'm like, no, man, no. No. Stop. Hank. Slow it down. You have time. Go get your shit straight, kid. Come on, I'm helping you. When the blowout happened, everybody in that house, everybody was present in that house. It should be and or is diagnosed with compound PTSD from things that have happened in our lives. Well, so the one thing triggered me, and then that triggered somebody else, and that triggered somebody else, and that triggered somebody else. And but see, the one thing that happened that triggered me was that I was given the silent treatment by somebody who obviously had nothing but show respect to. And that hurt my feelings. Now, come on now. We ain't playing with the papers today. Gotta put paperweights down. The wind is picking up. See, but when the blowout happened, I went and I took a shower because it happened and then it stopped. And then, okay, so where are we going from here? And I went and I took a shower and I came back out and I sat down. And I mean, I wasn't sitting down even a minute. And my ex came out, and it wasn't how he came at me. It was the words he used when he came at me. He didn't come at me like a partner trying to figure things out. He came at me like a full-on bull. Horns out. Ready to take on this ram. What he didn't expect was that I wouldn't play. He thought I'd stand my ground. He thought I'd stay there and keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. But I had warned repeatedly for months, probably even possibly a year. Jack, that's enough. Jack, that's enough. It's enough. But I had warned repeatedly. I won't put up with this much longer. I won't put up with this much longer. I won't put up with your mouth barking at nothing much longer, Jack. Sir, do you want to go inside? Sir, I would like your attention. Sorry, he's under the table. I'm trying to get his attention, so I was trying to like push on his side. But he's ignoring me. You know, like you guys have seen him do on the video. I don't like being ignored. I hate being ignored. It pisses me off to like no end to be ignored. If I spend my time, my energy, my vocals to talk to you about things that I feel that are important or that you need to know, or to get my feelings off my chest, and you cut me off, you shut me down, you ignore me without the slightest, because you can't handle what's about to come out of my mouth. There's no other reason why you would do this except for you can't handle what's about to come out of my mouth. So you're trying to shut me up before I can say anything. Well, honey, darling, and dear, I warn and I warn and I warn and I warn. And then I get really fed up. And I start fighting back. Because I wasn't a fighter for the first, 4 years? We never fought. We never had an argument. We never... 5 years. 5 years. We didn't really fight. Disagreement in opinions, yeah. But our fights lasted all of 10 minutes because I'd go walk around for 10 minutes and then I'd come back because I couldn't go no further. I could only walk for 10 minutes. We didn't fight. We used to discuss things. Conversations. We would work it out. And it seemed like overnight, for I don't know what reason, you got tired of me. You realize how sick I actually am. Did the wheelchair and the power chairs make it very real for you? Yeah, they did me too. I decided that I didn't want it, and I decided I wanted to get better, and I decided that I was going to put the work in, the effort in, and I've been doing that. And when it starts paying off, you didn't like the end product. But you do. Just not in the same. You still want to be friends. Okay. I love you. We'll be friends. Our love doesn't have to be romantic. We can go to being friends. You're very respectful about things, about body parts. You know, I know you'll be respectful in the future. Damn fly was flying around me again. Shoot, fly, don't bother me. I don't need a distraction. I'm trying to get my point out. And my end message to this is, you seriously have no idea what tomorrow can bring. Tomorrow will bring. Because tomorrow is tomorrow, and nobody has a magic ball that, at least not that I know of, that's been found to be true, that can have clear premonitions. I mean, like, I think Stephanie Myers got it right when she had Edward's sister, the little one that had the premonitions all the time, and when she said, but it changes depending on your decisions or their decisions. So she'll be thinking about somebody, she'll be getting a premonition, she'll be getting a thing. But she also knows that depending on this action or that action, OODA loop. Observe, decide, act, loop. Observe, decide, act, loop. Observe, decide, to act, loop. Oh, OODA loop. Some people call it fight or flight. They say I'm in constant fight or flight mode. You know, but when my son explained OODA loop to me, and I said, but I already do that, and I thought that's called fight or flight mode, where you're on constant observation, constantly knowing what's going on. I know where those babies are at. I know where this dog is at. I know what's going on. There's somebody in the neighborhood talking and arguing. There's somebody, there's cars, there's another dog in the next yard over. Why? Well, because I observe. Even when I'm talking, still looking around. Like I said, that fly keeps shoo. Fly, don't bother me. I don't need a distraction. I need to watch. I need to listen. Just like this morning's video that I made when I had an earbud in and I heard a baby crying, but I knew it wasn't the baby I'm supposed to be watching because I know her cry. It wasn't the same cry, but I knew I heard a baby. I just couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It was coming from next door. Like, I know I'm supposed to be expecting somebody to show up to use the printer here. And I don't know this person. I don't think I know this, but I might know this person. I don't know. But the homeowner said, hey, my friend's coming over to use the printer, just so you have a heads up. No other information. So, there's that. But, I am constantly observing. I'm constantly watching. I'm constantly knowing what the hell is going on around me. Why do I know this? Well, because. What other choice